Hi, this is Mike and welcome to PracTactical. As you know, I'm always out there looking for knives that have exceptional value to them for you as the consumer to, not spend, an entire paycheck on a knife and, have maybe not be as happy with it as you would with a high value knife. And that's what I'm calling this. This is the Kershaw Cryo, and it was named Blade Show's Best Buy of the Year, so I thought I'd check it out. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that I paid about $27.99 for this particular knife at Blade HQ. Now the blade steel on this is 8CR13 MOV, and the blade length is 2.75 inches. So this is a relatively small knife, and it's perfect for everyday carry. Small EDC knife. This isn't a tactical blade. I'm sure it can be pressed into that roll if it needs to be, but I mean, honestly, it's just an everyday EDC working knife. The blade thickness on this is, as you can see, it's pretty thick stock, and that kind of impressed me with this knife for being such a small blade. I mean, you could do some really heavy-duty tasks with this. With that thickness, and the blade thickness is 0.12 inches, and handle material is a stainless steel, and it is a frame lock. So as you can see there, I mean, frame lock, integral frame lock, and the cool thing about this frame lock is it has this Rick Hinderer over travel, so you cannot overextend that lock bar and bend it out of shape, so it's not going to engage for you. But so that's another cool thing about this knife. I mean, it is a Rick Hinderer design. I mean, for $27 you can't find a Rick Hinderer. I mean, Kershaw has the ZT line, and he designs a lot of stuff for them there. But this is actually a Rick Hinderer design that you can pick up for $27. I think it's fantastic. And like I said, at Blade Show, this was named Best Buy of the Year, and for good reason. There's the pocket clip there. It can be mounted in all 4 positions. Right now I have it as tip down. I don't know, I'm just trying to change things up. I normally like tip up carry, but let me try and tip down for a while. So as you can see right there, I mean, it's a flow-through design, and I'm telling you, you get some really nice standoffs here instead of a back spacer, which I'm really happy they went with, because I like to, blow my knives out with compressed air and get the lint out of there and stuff like that. The cool thing also is this last standoff is actually a tube for your lanyard hole, and you can, that's a pretty good size. You can put some 550 cord through there and have yourself a nice lanyard if you're a lanyard guy. Now this is a spring-assisted knife. It has Kershaw's Speed Safe, and I got to tell you, it is super fast and pretty smooth for the price. And I'm telling you, I love that. It's got this satisfying thunk when it opens, I mean, there's the engagement right there, if you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see that on here, but it's about, 50% engagement, which is pretty good. Love this knife. A little bit on the blade shape here. It is that classic Rick Hinderer design with that prominent spear point, and this is a hollow ground blade. At first I heard, when I was looking this up, they said this was flat ground, which I liked a lot, but as you can see, it's almost flat, but it's very slightly hollow ground, which I don't mind. I mean, I don't like the super hollow grinds on mine, because I just don't like the cutting performance. It seems to bind up on wood or whatever I'm cutting through. It doesn't have the slicing performance as like a flat grind, but with this slight hollow grind here, I don't really have a problem. I love that they have that little notch there for sharpening. I'm kind of a freak about my knives, and I wasn't too impressed with the sharpness of the blade out of box. I didn't think it was awesome, but with 8CR13 MOV, even though it is a softer steel, it does take a super fine edge, and I mean, this thing is sharp. I put my edge on there using my strop, and if you guys want to check that out, I can show you my knife sharpening video and how I do that. You guys can get this kind of edge too, and you can see the, you know, the polish on that edge. And I got that, you know, mostly hand sharpening. I do use the Spyderco Sharp Maker, which makes things a little easier, but really nice polish on that edge. And just to give you an idea of the sharpness of this knife and how good of an edge I got on this. Here, let me zoom out for a second here. That's the right way. I mean, this thing just flies through paper. Hit it with the, just like that. No effort whatsoever. It's hard to do behind camera. And here's the true test for me. Look at that. Perfect little S shape. I can cut circles out of it. I mean, that is really hard to do without a sharp knife. So, just to show you that right there. It does take a very fine edge. Probably won't last as long as some other steels. Probably about the same as AUS 8. But it's not going to be like VG10 or anything like that, you know. But with the size and stock of this blade, I mean, you can get some heavy-duty use out of there. And it is a flipper design. You know, there it is, just a flipper. Probably my favorite way of deploying that. Also, you can deploy it with the thumb stud, and I feel that it fires just a little bit harder with the thumb studs for some reason. And you know, you can also do the combination flipper thumb stud. They're real easy. Speed assist, super fast, great knife, great buy. I think if you're going to go for $27, you can't get a little better EDC knife. Now, one hit I will give this knife is it is a little heavy. You know, so this knife weighs 4.2 ounces. And for the blade length and everything you're getting, even though it is a frame lock, it is a little heavier. I mean, I don't feel this in my pocket. I'm not saying that's the case. But to compare it to other blades around the same weight as, let's say, my Spyderco Stretch, 4.2 ounces, 4.2 ounces. Look what you're getting here. Bigger blade, FRN handle, and even though it's not speed assist, I think that's just as fast. Spyderco is great, just as sharp too. This is VG10, this is ACR 13 NOV, but just to compare on weight wise, I wish they would have made this a little lighter by maybe making this aluminum scales with you know, maybe a stainless steel insert for the lock interface there. So, but, you know, I'm not going to complain. Rick Hinderer's design, $27.99. I got this at Blade HQ. I think it's a great buy. You guys should go check it out. Pick yourself up one. Buy one, two. Oh, yeah, and another thing, if you don't like the blacked out version, they do have a bead blasted version and a tie-dye coated version. So, check it out, guys. I mean, it's just a very good blade for your money. And I think you can't go wrong for Rick Hinderer design. Thank you.